What up? I forgot to unmute. It's been a while, you guys. Happy New Year. I hope everyone is having an amazing year so far. I'm rolling with it. So I'm going to say hi to those of you that are here. Libster, hello, Lickety, Bonkers, Paisley. MS, Princess Ice, L. Kennedy, Amy, Hey Nick, Lion Mama. Murder was the case. Hello, Regina. I know that I'm just going to get this out of the way because it's such an awkward and uncomfortable situation for me. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I want to say that 1156 times to let everyone know that I'm not mad. But it is a little frustrating when I schedule my live 24 hours ahead of time. I know that notifications are not reliable and shit like that, but I always try to be mindful when other people go live. So, Kels, I am sorry that I went live on top of you. I just don't have a lot of time, so I gotta get it when I can. Plus, Cass, hello. I'm so happy you're here. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I have to get in when I can, like, because real life and everything. But plus, I don't know about anyone else, but I just haven't been feeling it this year, like wanting to go live. Fuck, it's the same stuff. Can you guys not leave anything in 2025? You just packed it all and brought it right with you, didn't you? It is insane to me. Why do you guys not want to let some of this baggage go? Why are you so hell-bent on carting all this animosity and all these crazy, like, oh, it's nuts to me. It seems so draining and unimportant. This one person in particular, like, he has just gone off the deep end. I haven't even done anything to this dude, right? And he called me trash yesterday. They're all trash. Just big old trash bags. I don't care. Like, your opinion doesn't matter to me. I wasn't trash when we were having fun doing the trivia game, was I? Wasn't trash then. Wasn't trash when we made plans to do it again because it was so much fun. So, whatever I did to you to piss you off or get under your skin, not sorry. Not sorry, because I must be so good at it that I didn't even realize I was doing something to you. But hey, more power to you, buddy. You just sing a song about it. Sing a fucking song about it. Drive safe. Beep, beep. So, yeah, he's just had a foul ass attitude for the last few days and just like when you take a seat back, like when you take a step back and you look at everything as a whole, you really get to see the inner workings of people's minds and just from point A to B throughout the whole process of what they're doing. Like it's all a game. You guys are all playing one huge game with each other and you're going nowhere with it. But hey, it brings all the laughs, so carry on. I know you guys have to be exhausted though. Oh, and if someone's wondering, there's probably not going to be much momentum with this live because, like I said, I'm just not feeling it. But I scheduled it. I'm going to follow through because that is what you're supposed to do. Hello, Raylan. Flossie. I don't have any like deep thoughts planned out or any words of wisdom ready to go. I'm just winging it. See, I missed him saying that last night. Yes, Mark, we all see your members only lives, okay? You can put all that garbage behind a paywall. We're still going to see it. There is not any one of us that is not afraid to come off a few dollars to see your nonsense. And I will say that it is a pretty cheap and weak move to sit there day in and day out and run your mouth about people, and you either block them if they find their way to your chat, or you put the whole thing behind a paywall. And I noticed when you were calling me trash the other night, there were people in your chat who like me, dummy. But don't think that those people, like, I see you, right? And I get it that you don't want to say anything, even though you're sitting there actively listening while he's saying all this crap about us. You don't speak up. And I get it, because who wants that kind of conflict? Who then wants that person that they're listening to point their laser at them and go in on them? I know how this works. I don't need anyone to come to my defense in any chat. Let's make that clear. I don't ever expect anyone to put their neck on the line for me. I'm a big girl. I appreciate it, but I don't expect it. But just know that when that stuff goes on and I see you guys in the chat and it's just like no big thing. I mean, you don't even say anything like, well, I like her, or I don't think she's that bad. You know, if you want to say something general like that, that's fine. But you don't have to go balls to the walls for me. And I'll never say anything to any of you about it. Like, I'll never come at you or be mean to you because you didn't defend me. But just know that I do take mental note of it. Like, I know who you are. But it's just funny watching the dynamics of everything. And no, I can say that there is not one little eensy teensy part of Nick that wants you, old man. There's just not. But that's what you do, right? You just grab this shit out of thin air and say it like you don't care if there's any truth to it or not. But it's all just a troll, right? It's just a troll. That's what you always say. Yeah, hang on, Raylan. And or if it's not a troll, what you said the other night when people were reaming your ass for all the things that you've been doing lately, you said, oh, I don't even remember saying that. I was manic. What? So we're just supposed to forgive and forget because you were having a moment? That's not how this works. Jeez, I almost forgot how to get a link for this sucker. Okay. Yes, let's move on to that because right now I can't even think of all the things I wanted to say to what's his face. He just irritates me. He's just full of shit. He was given good advice the other night and he didn't want to listen to a word of it. It was all about, well, if Nick hadn't done this, just take accountability. No porn bombing.
I've never porn bombed ever. I've attempted to try to, but I just never have any follow through when it comes to that. But
I would fumble it. I would totally
me
fumble it.
too. So I just wanted to come up and ask you. I wanted to interview you or just ask you a question. You kind of
Okay.
are like, you come live randomly, but like when you do come live, you're spitting facts. You got your little handy dandy notebook. How do you feel about Katie missing general awareness class and literally didn't check it twice or cut it even once? Ran with stuff, and Ernie is defending her, saying that it's still not true.
That is super embarrassing for her. I was watching Ernie's chat earlier and kind of how stuff was playing out between Lips and the whole Mose situation. And like, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to spin it like it was some big sting and Nick is holding all this information. Well, I wouldn't have even known anything about his sister's arrest had I not seen the comment that Dejan posted in Ernie's chat asking it, or it said something like, "Why don't you tell us about your sister's arrest?" That's how I found out about it. I didn't even realize that he was the first one who posted the mugshot and all of that.
Hmm.
But I mean, if
Yeah.
you just, I like half ass paid attention to what was going on that day. I was like listening to things in the background, didn't catch everything in chats, and I still figured out what was going on.
Right.
So, as
Yeah. It took
someone
me like
who is,
2 minutes to figure it out.
yeah, and really at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal.
It's
I
not.
mean,
It's
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 unfortunate for her. She shouldn't be drinking and driving. I am totally against that,
mhm.
because I had a family member killed by a drunk driver. So it's just not good. You have to think about other people on the road and the fact that they all have families. You have to be responsible. She wasn't, and she got caught.
Right.
That was going to go public regardless, whether it was the local
Mhm.
police blotter, the websites, whatever.
Right.
I
I,
mean, did Nick post the screenshots of the conversations? Absolutely. But
she sure
Mo knows
did.
as well as anybody else that there was a high probability of that happening.
Right. Well, see, here's my thing though. Like Ernie's friend, that, Mo's supposed to be Ernie's friend. He talks very highly of her. They're besties, right? Your
Hmm.
friend went out of her way, Ernie, to give screenshots of a conversation between you and your sister because I get either your sister gave them to her because she trusted her, or you gave them to her because you trusted her. And that's not a friend to me.
Right.
Like she knew what Nick was going to do with those. Come on now.
Absolutely. And maybe all of them got together and they concocted some little plan of, okay, well, we can use this to make Ernie even more mad at Nick, and they capitalized on that. No matter
Yep.
how you spin it,
Yep. Well,
I even,
that's why Katie is was pushing the whole, when is Nicolina going to stop? She's constantly just reaching out to family members. Well, Nick
yeah,
didn't do that, and but yet Katie pushed it during her live, had Ernie so mad at her, wanted to shoot her between the eyes. He said it. So what if somebody actually crazy enough, because Katie lied, went live after and lied and said that all of that was Nick. What if Ernie actually did decide to do that? Your lies get
exactly.
You can't lie like that, Katie. You owe Nick a public apology for being a freaking liar.
I agree, because I listened to that last night
She has
and
never owned up to nothing. Nothing. What is one thing I've ever done to you? Well,
mm-mm,
or name one thing I've ever lied about. Well, here we are. We're constantly making an example out of you, Katie, and you continue to not take responsibility or accountability for the bullshit that you pull. What if it wouldn't have been Ernie and it would have been some other random YouTube that was crazy, 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 and actually did do that? Would you even feel bad? That's like making a hate mob towards somebody.
no,
Actually,
and
I'm
there's,
going to call the FBI because Katie deserves to be arrested. She's breaking the law and the
and even if
CDC.
she does remotely ever, and there's only been like a couple of instances where I've recognized her doing it, even if she remotely realizes that she's in the wrong somehow, she just turns it back to, well, I don't feel
Yes.
bad because Nick has done A, B, C, and D.
Yes, that's what she's going to say. Well, I won't feel bad because Nick reached out to my grandparents. So why wouldn't I automatically just believe, of course it was her, because that's what I'm being told. That's not what class is about, Katie. You did not do your homework. And Ernie's pissed because he didn't take the time to do his freaking homework and just ran off and believed the blonde bimbo with the cooter warts. So now he's salty.
Yeah, he was in a tailspin last night, and I get it. You know, he was probably being pulled back and forth. He's got Mo and all them in the background messaging him, no, I didn't do that. You got to remember, we had this conversation. We talked about that. And for someone who says he doesn't want to be involved in any behind the scenes bullshit drama, he's got all the behind the scenes bullshit drama right at his doorstep.
And it's
And,
circling around him because of the people around him. If
mm-hmm,
Mo can do that to you, Ernie, can if Mo could send, it doesn't matter who sent the screenshots to her, whether it was Ernie's sister or Ernie that sent them to Mo, but her going to Nick, knowing that you have an issue with Nick, Ernie, y'all have a back and forth. If she can do that to you and lie about it, what else has she lied to you about, Ernie? Or done to you that you don't even know about. But those are your friends.
and I even messaged him last night and I told him, I said, look, what you're being told right now about the most situation is 100% true. And I told him I wouldn't lie to him, and I wouldn't. I
Right.
wouldn't lie to him about that. It's nonsense. Why would I need to lie about it? It happened. The screenshots are out there. And when shit like this pops off, I always take a minute and try to look at it from each person's perspective. I get it. Ernie is already pissed off at Nick, so that's where that rage comes from. Mo
Right.
has an axe to grind with Nick.
Hmm.
Um, his sister is probably embarrassed and upset that,
Yeah.
and she's blaming YouTube because if Ernie wasn't so involved with YouTube, this shit would have never happened. I get it. But at some point, you have to take accountability for your own actions. You can't control anyone else in the circle. You can only control yourself.
Hmm.
So fix that part. Quit worrying
Yep.
about trying to fix all the other moving parts. It's never going to happen. Those
Nope.
people aren't going to change. They're going to use every little thing they can as a weapon if it starts up crap with Nick. They
Hmm.
spend a lot of energy
That's
on
that's what
trying
I'm
to do
saying.
things.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. So murder was the case. Exactly. Katie made it a big ordeal. It was a huge ordeal. But that's not Katie's fault. How is that not Katie's fault? Shouldn't Katie have done her due diligence as a news reporter, right? Uh-huh. And I don't know, maybe looked into it a little bit, but here we are. Katie has production, and production only lets her have what they want her to say. Katie, your production has their hand so far in your butthole that they are moving your mouth with their hand, and you're doing as it's told. You are Mama T Jr. You are their useful idiot. And yesterday, point proven.
Yeah, the whole she tore a family apart, and then she always circles back around to what happened with Marty. This is my opinion on what happened with that phone call. There were rumors running rampant that day, everyone trying to figure out if it was real. The way I saw it, every time someone was just writing it off as being fake or he's just making it up because he's done it before,
Yeah. That whole
that was
day, it was a whole
disrespectful
ordeal.
to me.
Yeah. That whole day, it was a whole ordeal. Like, people act like there wasn't like a whole, like, people were like, oh, no, it's fake, or he's faking it. He's done it before. It went on
Exactly.
for hours before Nick was like, okay, and then she did it on a live, though.
Yes, and if nothing
So,
else, it stopped the rumors and the back and
exactly.
forth and the people being so rude and disrespectful about it.
Exactly. People can say what they want to, but the fact of the matter is, Nick does fuck shit. We all do, but Nick is pretty honest about her shit. And Katie can't even say, Katie literally can't even hit the live button and say, you know what? I didn't do my homework. I didn't cut it, check it twice and cut it once. And I fucked up. Nick's not the one because she hates Nick so much that she cannot do that. That sucks for you, Katie. That really sucks for you. And the funny thing about it is Nick won yesterday. You do know that, right? Because you were so fucking triggered, you had to go live and explain yourself. You had to explain to the peepers.
Yeah. And it was pretty
And we
late when
all,
she went
oh, yeah.
live.
And everybody just sat there and laughed at you, Katie. Even your friends are laughing at you, Katie. Even your friends. And I love that for you. I love it for you. It won't be too far long, and you'll have to go do a little stint and make some macaroni art. And I still love that for you too. Maybe you can get on some medicine for those warts. That's how Ernie got his medicine, the state, you know?
Yesterday, it's like it was, you never know what you're going to get with YouTube. It was a pretty slow morning, and then all of a sudden, everyone
Yeah.
just got crazy at once. And it was just,
Everybody got crazy at once because it was honestly after Katie's live because she literally started a hate mob, is what she did.
yeah.
Is and had that had been the other way around, had that had been Nick doing some shit like that to Katie, oh my God. Could you imagine the victimhood that would be that would be happening over there? And Nick would be being called out left and right. Everybody would be slamming Nick if this was the other way around. Ernie is sitting up there lying for Katie, which is wild because he's trying to catch the warts. I mean, if you already got HIV, I guess cooter warts are fine, you know. Um, I don't know what the deal is, but had that should have been the other way around, we all know how that would have went. Katie
Oh, yeah.
needs to take accountability because until she does, I don't think anybody should listen to a word she has to say and just assume it's a lie or it's made up because we now know that she never does her homework. She sucks.
And I'm the type of person that I would rather associate with someone who makes a million mistakes and takes accountability for them than someone who
Hmm.
makes one or two and will not own up to it no matter how big or small the mistake is.
Yeah.
Because at least if you're making mistakes, you have the opportunity to learn something and grow from it.
Yeah, and fix
Not
it.
all of us can be
It
as
would.
perfect as her.
Well, I mean, all it would take was Katie to see. You don't even have to, nobody's asking for an apology, Katie. Just own up to what you did, but she won't do that because then she'll look like a liar that we already know she is, but she thinks the peepers don't. And she's not ever going to do that. And I think it's pathetic. And this is why her dad sends her away is because she's pathetic.
And maybe she doesn't grasp the concept that there's a very big difference in just being wrong and flat out lying.
Yes, she's not just wrong. She lied, straight up
Exactly. Because
lied.
if you're just wrong, there's no harm in saying, look, I got that wrong.
Hmm.
It's not a big thing. But when you start digging your heels in the ground, that's where that shows me that people's perception of you is more important than the truth. Therefore,
Hmm.
I can't take anything you say seriously.
Yep. And you know what, Katie? I hope you do at least take accountability and just in case a hateful mob decides to do something, because I hope you go to prison with Ernie
Well, and her
because
job
that's
was
that's a hate
threatened
mob. That's a
too.
hate crime. Exactly, Katie. You don't like your family or your job or your life threatened, right? Aren't you still crying about that, Katie? But Nick doesn't count though, right? Because it's Nick.
No,
Huh? That's wild.
yeah, and they think that today she's still supposed to be paying for things done 2 and 3 years ago when a lot of those same people were right there alongside her when those things were being done and even
Yes.
participated in some way.
That's another thing I would like to touch on. So, you have Peach and Katie's live saying, I would never team up with Nick. Oh, well, you did when it was convenient for you, though, right, Katie? You were Team Nick, remember? You remember when it was convenient for you. Same for you, too, fucking Peach. You don't remember? You were there when it started. I don't understand. You'll never team up with Nick. That's wild because you already have. It was okay when all the shit she was doing all the shit she was doing was fine when y'all were friends. when you needed her to do something for you, huh, Katie?
Yep. And like most of that was like before my time, but I was still on the other side of the screen watching it all play out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I just don't have a clue what went on back then. I mean, I haven't forgotten, and I'm sure they haven't either, but they want to pretend like,
Yep.
and
And
that shit's
Pindar's
in the
right.
past.
Katie needed Nick. Katie was terrified of T Fuck. She
Yeah, that's
needed
when
her.
I came into the Mean Girls, is when all that
Yep.
first started going on.
Hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'll never team up with Nick. Well, that's now we're on a lot of lies. Because that's another lie, Katie, because you have. So name one thing I've ever lied about. Well, I'm on two already today. And if you want to include your cooter warts that you didn't tell your sexual partner about Ernie Jr., that's three for sure.
The whole thing was just crazy to me. Like, and the keeping up with the alliance back and forth, like,
Hmm.
why is everything like, let's be honest, you're not going to start any kind of successful organization or anything of a professional magnitude by pulling together a bunch of people who are so immersed in conflict with each other in a YouTube chat and forming a group. Nothing's going to come
Nope.
of that.
Nope.
It's
And how it's
doomed from
not.
the start.
Yeah, and how many times has Katie literally said, "Oh, I don't watch this. I don't watch that." She relies on people to tell her what to do and say, and that right there is a problem. And it's like its
Yeah,
own.
and
Your brain
that's
don't work. Did you snort all of your brain cells, bitch? I'm not understanding.
that's a huge reason why I don't go live so often, because I have to listen to everything for myself before I speak on it. Like, I'm not gonna, I really try to avoid the hearsay stuff as much as possible. But
Yeah,
I want to know the facts, not just because I don't want to look like an idiot when I'm up here talking about it, but just because how can I form a logical opinion or an assessment of a situation if I don't have all the facts? Plus, I'm just nosy.
there you go. Same thing. That's me too. Also, here's another thing too. So, Katie, as much as you love to call me Satan 2.0, I seen a picture of you with your duck lips. Now, Kevin done tried to steal my duck lips when he was Karen, okay? Now here you are. And if you want my butthole in and around your mouth, you can just ask. I will answer the question for you. Not only does your brain not work, but you run around here copying everything. Everything anyone else besides Katie, that's what you do.
The whole, like, it threw me off when Carolyn was in her chat yesterday. Little Miss, I don't even want to talk about this anymore, who literally goes to every panel she can get on. So it threw me off when I saw her in Katie's chat yesterday, but I don't think Katie ever gave her a link to get up there and talk about it.
Yeah, I think she said in Nick's that Katie wouldn't give her a link, which, that's another thing. Katie, stop running your mouth about people and then not giving them links because you're a pussy. How about you just don't say anything if you can't take the heat, girl? We know you can't take the heat. Your face will literally melt off. So stop running your mouth. And next time you pay for freaking fillers in your ugly ass lips, these are natural, by the way, Katie. Can you ask them to do something with your turkey gobbler on your neck? Because I'm freaking out a little bit for you. Why is that skin there like that, Katie? I have questions. The peepers need to know.
Isn't it called something? What's that
A
thing on
turkey
it?
neck,
A waddle. It's called a
a
waddle.
waddle.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's what it's called on
well.
a turkey. It's something like that. I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. I thought that people were going to come back in the new year with new attitudes but shit,
No,
no.
she just
Hell
stole my
no.
she just stole my duck lips and has the audacity to call me a catfish bitch. Girl, you better sit down.
I
You
mean,
better
it's
sit down. I know what I don't have, a neck that looks like that, and then I didn't have the audacity to post it. How about that? I guess you should have tried your cooter filters on your neck because it looks probably a little similar. Something's going on, Katie. I'm worried. Did the HPV spread to her esophagus? Is that what's happening?
does it do that? I
Yes,
guess
it
it could go
actually is the
anywhere,
number
huh?
one. Yes, it actually is the number one leading like leading disease to esophageal cancer.
Oh, damn.
Uh-huh.
I
Especially,
need to
yeah.
read up on that.
Mm-hmm. That explains it. Her neck is just covered in cauliflower patches. I get it now. Look, girl, I don't know how to help you there. Just stop talking. How about that? I bet your throat and your neck and everything will feel better. Stop talking about shit that you don't know nothing about. You're so wrong. So wrong.
Well, it's just like with the whole historical saga, concerning Ernie. There's a lot. That's a lot to try
Mm-hmm.
to absorb and sort through. And I just don't understand why you would want to jump into it with both feet 2 years after the fact and try to speak on it. Because really, at this point, none of it matters. Trust and
Mm-mm.
believe that everybody as a whole creates enough new problems on the daily that we don't need to keep dredging up all the old shit. Yes, Nick's done some shady stuff. Ernie's done some shady stuff. I've done some shady stuff. We all have. But at some point, you gotta like take it upon yourself to just release that shit, let it go, and move the fuck
Yep.
on.
Exactly. Oh, also too, Katie. Um, Do you know how Katie doesn't go real life and doesn't dox and stuff? Do you remember when she was collecting docs, quote unquote doxes, and because she was using them to file police reports and allegedly, and then lied to Viper because she was supposed to file one on Ernie too, right? Remember that?
Yes.
Well, then she had to tell Viper that that was not true. Y'all remember that? She never filed on Ernie. So what is your so let me ask you this. So it's okay for you to have all these doxes in your pocket, but nobody else is allowed to just because you get to lie and say it's for police reports, Katie? Well, I'm going to do that next time. Your dox that I have is just for a police report. Does that count? Is that okay? You get to do it.
Well, and that goes back to like, what if someone who really was a psycho went after Nick and something
Mhm.
happened? It's like I've been screaming that for over a year now when everyone just started getting so focused on digging into people's real lives and finding out everything. And I get it. There's whole communities of people that's what they do. And
Yeah.
that's why I typically don't try to mess with that community, like I just stay in my lane and don't bother anybody like that. But it's just,
The thing with Katie is the reason why she's been like, if you think of all the little communities that have hated her just in the since the time that we've known her or don't like her or just the people in general. Why? Because she's a liar. She's a liar McLierston.
see, I've heard of her being in other communities, but I don't really know all the lore and I don't know the situational awareness.
Yeah. Also, too, Katie, please put your fucking horse down. He is so old. He is literally so old. He is miserable. Miserable. And because you're selfish, you're so fucking selfish. We clearly can see that. You refuse to put him down and let him go run in the sky with spirit or something. God, I can't stand her. I literally cannot stand Katie. If she was one of those that just flicked off of the earth, I would actually throw a party. Good riddance. I wish Ernie at this point would just be our little bio weapon. Go to California, get him HP. Y'all do a switch off, of diseases, and I'll wait patiently. That's it.
That's a weird alliance, but and I know, like
Yeah.
she thinks he's in love with her. He swears he's not. I don't know if he's in love with her or not, nor do I care. I just think it's very weird. Like, what could they possibly
She
work on together?
I have no idea what's so crazy to me. This is wild. We have Debo over here, trying to say that Ernie, sexually assaulted her, right? We all remember all of that. But
Yeah.
Katie literally lied again and said that Ernie threatened to rape her. Do y'all remember that? But now he forgets about that.
Wow. I don't think I remember that. I remember something about him threatening her horse.
Yes, he did threaten the horse, but yes, he did threaten the horse, but that was a completely different ordeal. She legit said that Ernie threatened to sexually assault her. And that's why she was going to file a police report on Ernie. That's why she had all those handy dandy doxes that never fucking happened. Because if y'all remember at the time, Viper was super like he was waiting on everybody in their little corners to do what needed to do. So Ernie would get picked back up again. Remember? That's when all that shit was going on. Katie never filed because she can't file. It's not fucking true. Ernie didn't say that. But nobody's called her out on that.
Well, I mean, they are the group of people that said they would lie for their friends.
Oh yeah, see,
I
that is a
think
thing. They
about
did
something
say
like
that.
that, something huge
I
like
like
that, though, that shouldn't be lied about.
I agree. And what's crazy is, you're right. They did say that they would lie about, for their friends. So is this a lie about Nick Katie for your friend Ernie? Is this was or did you and Ernie tag team it and did y'all discuss this prior and then it just all went to shit because y'all suck at this? Or did you actually just lie because you're an idiot? Which one? Or that's all you know how to do is lie.
Yeah, that's why, like, it's tough to kind of, everyone wants to be taken seriously. They want everyone to believe the things that they say. But these are the situations that make it hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just try not to bother myself with it. I just sit back and laugh about it. Like, you guys make me laugh when you get all in uproar.
Yep. All Katie does is lie. I think Katie, like, lie should be her middle name. Liar. Liar McLierston. Because for one, she's lied about, she ain't an artist. Clearly, somebody else had to paint her shit. There's that. We forget about that, huh? Then, and then, we have the shit yesterday and then saying that Ernie did the whole sexual assault shit. And I mean, I can keep going. I think this would be a great panel for Katie to come up and just answer some questions.
I would totally be down to talk to Katie
Me
because
too. I wouldn't yell at her.
neither would I. I would not fight with her. My thing with her is I don't know her like that. Like, I've never known her like that because I came into the picture in the middle of the T fuck stuff. And then shortly after I got there, everything, fell
Mm-hmm.
apart. So I never really I did that one interview with her about Mama T, which I think no, it's not up anymore because it's on her old channel that got taken down. But that was a good interview because that's how she really feels about Mama T.
Right.
But that's really the only conversation I ever had with her. But then one day she asked her chat a question nobody else was answering. So I either gave her the answer or I corrected something she had said, and she just called me a weirdo and told me to get the fuck out and blocked me.
Yeah, she does that. See, Katie, here's the thing too. Katie's gone behind the scenes to ask my friends or people who know me questions about me, right? Talk about me. Let's talk. Yeah, but when it comes down to it, she won't let me. I'm permablocked. She won't let me on her panel, but she loves to run her mouth. She won't.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You had questions about me, right, Katie? You went so far as to reaching out to people who know me. Why won't you just have a conversation with me? Because I'm going to call you out for being a lying ass bitch and you know it.
Yeah, I would rather have like a and even if I don't care for someone, like all these people, I don't hate any of them. That I don't care about them enough to actually put that kind of energy into hating them. I don't know them outside of YouTube. Therefore, if I say something about someone, I'm not talking about your character as a whole. I'm talking about what
Hmm.
I see on YouTube, what you portray
Yes.
yourself to be on this platform. That's the only thing I can judge. So
Yep.
I typically try to avoid being so cutthroat that I judge someone on a personal level, but I'm going to judge the shit out of you as far as your behavior on YouTube. But that doesn't
Hmm.
mean that I'm not down to talk to someone and have a conversation. We can agree to disagree. But
Yep.
everyone has just got this attitude where they have to be right and they will
It's
fight
okay
to
to
the
be
death.
wrong, or we don't have to agree on
Exactly.
everything. It's fine. It doesn't have to be an argument or anything. And Nick, yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. I know you called her out on it, but did she ever answer anything to it? Did she ever say anything? What does Ernie say about it? Like, I don't understand the whole Katie aspect with that, and it's irritating. It is so it's she is disgusting. She is a biohazard, literally.
Well, and for Ernie, it's all for show, right?
Well,
Like it's
yeah, we
whatever
know
keeps
that.
the show going and brings the
Hmm.
content. Like he is not emotionally invested in any of it whatsoever. This whole my
Yep.
friends hurt my feelings stuff. Ernie,
No.
get new friends because you had a few good ones and you told all of us to fuck off. And if you want to know why I'm not hanging around and doing, being in your chat all the time, it's because I'm not going to be around those people who threaten my children and who still sit there
Yep. There's
and
that.
act like it's no big thing and stuff like that.
Yep. And let me ask you this. So this is just a question for Katie, because I know we know you're going to go live after this because you're going to be so salty. And so while you're going over this, can you answer this question? Listen loud and clear, girl. Why? I'm trying to think of how to word it so she can't go around it. So just give me a second. Katie, let me ask you this. Going to my friends, people that know me, whether it's on YouTube or not, but you took it off of YouTube, right? To reach out to them, email them, text them, stuff like that. Is that considered going real life on me or no? No? Yes? Yes, it is. I am now the victim of you, Katie, because you're a whore and you're stupid. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll never understand any of the real life stuff.
There's another lie I can add to the list. We're at four already today, Katie. Four lies. Hmm. Sucks to suck. I do truly think that she does, because that little piss pathetic excuse of her trying to explain herself. Thank you. You explained how guilty and stupid you are, Katie. You did it. You did what you were supposed to do. And please don't think that we don't know that your friends made you do that, because we know, baby, we know. They made you look even stupider. So you might want to take a step back and say, oh, are they really my friends? Or has Raylan been right the past couple of weeks saying, guess what, Katie? You're next. Peach ain't your friend, but you're next. Anywho, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for having me up. Bye.
Bye. I think that might be the first time that Raylan's ever been on my panel. Oh, that was something yesterday. I know that my mind was blown when I was watching it. And as far as the whole tearing someone's family apart, I haven't really spoken much about any of it after the big breakup with Ernie. I just didn't really have much to say because it was kind of like a slap in the face, you know. But hey, if that's who he wants to surround himself with, then more power to him. But be prepared when more screenshots get shared around. I mean, just take Mo's whole demeanor and attitude in those text messages to Nick. If you haven't read them, go read them. Because remember, when she left the Mean Girls, she had nothing but negativity and hatred to spew about Nick. But in those texts to her, she was all lovey dovey and sweet as sugar, just laying it on thick, calling her hun and stuff like that. So maybe, just maybe it was a sting and she was trying to set something up, whatever it was. I don't know. If you're going through all that trouble just to make someone mad at Nick or anyone else, like you need a hobby. That's insane to me. But of course, it's mighty convenient, when it comes out that you're actually the one that sent the screenshots. I understand why you would lie and want to cover it up. But in my opinion, Ernie, you need better friends. You need to take a look at the people you have around you and their patterns of behavior. You talk all about the interrogation tactics and the patterns of behavior, but when it comes to a situation like that, you don't look at it. And I think that in every situation, those things need to be taken into accountability. Sorry, I had to mute for a second. But who knows? Maybe, I mean, it's still just mid January. There's still time to turn it around for the new year, right? I noticed that no one made any resolutions for 2026. Last year, everyone was making resolutions. I think Mama T's was no drama. She wasn't going to do any drama. She was going to start covering the missing and murdered Indigenous women and children. That never happened. And Mama T, shame on you. Not only do those cases need attention, but you being Native American is probably one of the best people to bring it. Don't you think? I promise you that your true audience will still be there to watch you if you put some effort and some gumption into what you do. Do some research. Find out what Red Dress Day is. That's a very important day for Native American women. Like, I will help you research if you need me to, because I've already done some because I just wanted to know. I wanted to know what to expect. for 2025, Mama T, and you disappointed me. But yeah, this whole talking about Ernie every single time you go live, enough's enough. There are so many, there's a whole world of YouTube of crazy people to talk about. But I understand everyone likes what they like. They're in their rut, their routine. The unfamiliar can be scary sometimes. But venture out. I mean, I am constantly going on different social media platforms and checking out what's out there because there really is a whole huge world. And I always like finding the smaller channels, the smaller accounts to support. So, if you go look at my community page, there is a post. If one of the mods can grab the link for that TikTok account and post it in the chat, that would be awesome. So, I stumbled across these two daughters and they have a dad. They said he's very much a girl dad and they think that he is just the best thing in the world. And his goal in life is to bring together a community of like-minded people who can just share like philosophies about life and the world and all the exciting things that are in it. And he is into, like, he reads runes and he's into like ancient theology and things like that. But for his birthday, they have started a TikTok account for him and they have been trying to get 50,000 followers for his 50th birthday. So if you guys could go either on my community page and click the link, I think it might have been my last post. His name is Kuma. And I think last time I checked, they were at like 13,000 followers. I don't think he'll get to 50 because his birthday is on the 19th. But yeah, you guys, Markella, it's the post where it starts out with talking about how I always go on social media and support the smaller creators. So yeah, if you guys could follow that account and share it. His birthday's on the 19th, so I don't think he'll reach 50K by then, but it's worth a shot. I know that listening to his daughters talk and the things they've posted, he's going to be excited about any amount of followers. So I thought it was a pretty cool thing they were doing for their dad. It warms my heart to see single dads who are just putting 185% into everything. I think that that is amazing. I think that all single parents don't get the recognition that they deserve. Am I cutting out? Yeah. Is that better? I'm going to have to end anyway because I have to go get mini me. I don't know when I'm going to go live again. Um, Probably soon. I don't know. I'm working on stuff for the fitness channel and we'll get back into that. I'm trying to get my motivation, guys, but sometimes this stuff is just exhausting. And although I love hanging out with all of you and talking to you and just bouncing opinions off each other, I have very much enjoyed my couple of weeks away. Sometimes I need to just take a step back and be a viewer and not a participant. So, everyone have an amazing Tuesday evening. You can always buy a membership if you want to. Cash App's at the bottom of the screen. I love all of you. Be safe. Hug your loved ones. You're not guaranteed a tomorrow. And make every day count for something, good or bad. All right. I'll see all of you later. Bye.